welcome to the Caprock Life Podcast, the official podcast of Caprock Home Health, which has been in business over 42 years. We are the largest family-owned home health company in Texas. Our mission is to keep our clients safe, comfortable, and independent in their home. We are a values-based company, and our core values spell the acronym DIRECT, because our core values direct how we behave. Our core values are drive, integrity, respect, empowerment, compassion, and teamwork. Our standard of excellence: work hard, be nice, have fun. Let's get into it. Well, hey everybody, welcome to the Caprock Life Podcast. We're so pumped to be back with another episode. We're pivoting a little bit. The previous episodes, we've unpacked our company priorities for 2026. We're now going to be doing a special series that'll be ongoing called Meet the Leaders. And today, I have a very special leader with us, Mr. Jake Hodges. Jake, welcome to the podcast.
Glad to be here.
Pumped to have you, man.
Yeah,
it's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun.
Like you said, we're going full send with this thing.
Let's do it.
Let's let it rip. Well, one thing I appreciate about Jake is your ability to think both strategically and operationally at the same time. As we know, with an evolving healthcare organization, we always have to be thinking about how we can operate more efficiently, what our strategy is for the long term. So there's a lot at play here that we're going to unpack, and I'm really excited to kind of hear your take. You've got an incredibly brilliant mind, the way you analyze problems, so it's going to be fun for listeners to get kind of the inside Jake Hodges' brain experience.
That's a scary place, but let's go.
Here we go. Well, over the last 11 years, Jake has helped Caprock navigate growth, a ton of operational complexity, and a lot of change while continuing to push us towards improvement and innovation. So again, really glad to have you on today. So with that, let's start with a few fun icebreakers before we really get into strategy and operations. You ready for these?
Let's do it.
Okay. First one, summer's almost here. What's your ideal way to unplug and recharge?
So I've got a little daughter, and during the school year we're very structured and very busy, and it seems like we're always on the move. So summertime for us is a chance to slow down.
Yeah.
And when we do that, it's very nostalgic for me. Taking a look at my daughter doing the things that I did as a kid. Enjoying a popsicle in the backyard.
Yes.
Cooking s'mores on a campfire, just the simple pleasures that remind me of my childhood, and it's needed and it's very timely, right? It seems like right now, so it's just slowing down.
Love that.
That's it.
Yeah, sounds like you're going to get some good chances to do that. School's wrapping up this week, so
tomorrow.
Yeah, summer is upon us, whether we like it or not.
There it is. That's right.
I love that. We could do it. You just made me think we could do a whole future episode on applying that concept of slowing down to a business, to leadership, slowing down to speed up. Let's table that for another episode.
I'm making a note.
That'd be great. Yeah. Okay. How about this? Beach trip or mountain getaway?
Brad, this is the impossible question for me.
That's why I asked it.
Gosh, I love both, but if I had to pick right now, it would be a beach trip.
Okay. Yeah.
Again, going back to good memories of my childhood, we grew up going to the beach all the time, and man, it was fantastic. I have a lot of good memories, and I always have a good time every time I'm down there. So if I had to pick one, it would be the beach.
Beach. Love that. How about coffee or an energy drink while you're driving to the beach?
100% energy drink.
Yeah, those white monsters.
That is it.
Yeah, let's go.
Stealing an idea from Ted Lasso about tea, how he just couldn't make it work. It was just dirty brown water or something like that. What he said, I just never acquired the taste for coffee.
So it's all about the monsters.
That's it.
Love it. Spreadsheet or whiteboard?
Oh, well, David got us a pretty cool toy in the boardroom. It's the whiteboard that's electronic, right? So that's shout out to Dave and his crew over there doing the thing. So spreadsheet for me, but the innovation of the whiteboard is pretty appealing too.
Yeah.
So probably spreadsheet though.
For sure. Yep. Both have their place, time and place, and
sure.
We like them both. Are you a morning productivity guy or late night productivity guy?
Get up and get at it.
Yeah.
That is it.
Early bird gets the worm.
Every time.
Yeah. And you're a guy, just sharing a little insider about you, somehow, some way you can run on 4 hours of sleep a night.
That's a good night. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah. So yeah, it's evolved over time, but yeah, that's all I need.
Yeah, man. So. Lucky you. I'm jealous. Last one. One thing your team would say you're known for.
Oh goodness, that's a tough one. It might be an idea or a concept that I'm really working with my team to so we can all practice this way is to be steady.
Yeah.
Right. So kind of that stoic philosophy approach to life is show up every day, do what you're here for, and do it well. Right. And don't let chaos define your character.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that. That's really good. On a fun note, I was thinking you went way deeper than I expected, which is awesome. I was thinking you might share that you've always got a koozie on you.
Oh, yeah. So you're always ready, right?
Yeah.
Always ready.
Always be prepared.
Always prepared, right? So, jokingly, I've been made aware that I always say, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine, right? So
I use that now.
Yeah, it's just being steady, taking things as they come, and just controlling our response to whatever comes our way.
Yeah, I love that. Good stuff. Well, thanks for giving us a fun little insider to Mr. Jake Hodges. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. Let's talk about strategy. Let's dive into operations a little bit. So what's something people assume about strategy or operations work that maybe is completely wrong or misunderstood?
Yeah, so strategy is a buzzword. It's been going around for a while. A lot of people think or maybe assume that it's very theoretical in nature or very nebulous and think about high level ideas that go down to PowerPoint slides and so forth and so on. But in reality, for it to be effective, it has to be practical, right? Yeah. So taking a look at good strategy on paper, if it crosses into the field and what we do and it's not good, then it's not good strategy, right? So really asking yourself, what's actually making this harder than it needs to be? Identifying ways to work through that and then smooth out any wrinkles that come our way, right? So really just churning out ideas on ideas on ideas and getting feedback and then pivoting as we go.
Yeah, a lot of iterating, a lot of brainstorming, and then putting it out in the real world, see if it's practical, see if it sticks.
Yeah.
And we go back to the whiteboard if not.
That's exactly right. And, ideas come. I don't know how many terrible ideas that I've worked up, but you're not going to be perfect at all. And it's just that it's, seeing what's really going to be effective, and you can implement that and then just pivot as you go. Yeah,
that's great. Love that. All right, let's talk a little bit about your journey. Take us back a little bit. How did the journey with Caprock begin, and what has, I believe, the last 11 years, is that right? 11 years. What does that look like for you at Caprock?
So back in 2005, I graduated Texas Tech PT school and started working here in Lubbock, and kind of getting started, getting a career going, and so forth and so on. And there I was, minding my own business. And I got a call from our very own Shannon Overland saying, "Hey,
Shannon."
Yeah. She said, "Hey, Caprock's building something pretty cool over here. We'd like to talk to you about therapy opportunity." So that was 11 years ago.
Wow.
So talked to Carlos and the guys, and things worked out, and I came on board as a staff PT, working with the skilled patients there in Lubbock. Did that for a while, and then took the director of rehab position, overseeing the kind of therapy efforts in all of our other locations, and did that for a while as well. And then the opportunity came to be the chief strategy officer, and that was about 4 years ago now. So it kind of evolved as we've gone, and it's been an adventure, and it's been great.
I love that. Yeah. What a ride. What a journey.
Yeah.
And I think the best is yet to come. So it's been a good 11 years. Excited to see what the next 11 plus years hold for you.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, and what's cool is you look at, we've talked about the best way to hire and recruit is organically, relationships. And so Shannon brought you over to Caprock. I give you and Allison Arney credit for me being at Caprock. You look at a lot of our therapy team, other nurses, and it's just been an organic expansion over the years, which is really cool. So
it is.
Grateful you took the step to come to Caprock, so others could now be at Caprock as well.
There we go.
Pretty cool.
Pretty impactful.
Yeah, really is. Well, you've seen Caprock evolve significantly over the 11 years you've been here. What's been most exciting to watch during that time?
You're right. It's been significant. We always boast like over 40 years of business, but the evolution of the business, it's a necessity, right? So, the way things operated back in the opening days, if we still practice that today, it'd be a little difficult, right?
Yeah.
So we have to evolve and so forth and so on. But, through that, the company, to kind of sum it up, is it's matured operationally without losing its identity, right? So, always say, hey, this is a family-owned and operated business, and it's increasing its scale and its scope, but still holding true to what got us here, right?
Yeah.
So honoring the legacy of the company and so forth and so on, and it's evolved in a way to where we're not just responding to industry changes, but we're being more sophisticated in the way we handle our teams and our operations and think about systems and data and technology and capabilities and resources in a way that we're able to develop our teams and our processes in a much faster and more accurate rate.
Yeah.
Right. Still holding that identity of Caprock home health, but still keeping up with the big boys in the industry.
Yeah, preserving that core, those family values that make this place so special.
Yeah,
But
that's
acknowledging
exactly right.
we've got to be proactive, we've got to innovate and adapt. So I love that.
Yeah, that's it. Growing and changing and progressing, but we're designed for it now. Not necessarily changing because we absolutely have to right now with an urgency.
Yeah. Well, with that, of all the things you could do, witnessing all the change we're seeing in healthcare and at Caprock, after 11 years, what keeps you invested and excited to still show up to work every day?
I think it goes back to the purpose and the people that drive that purpose. So healthcare is hard work.
Yeah.
People come to us when they've run out of options to DIY their situation, right? So, it's critical to our clientele. And then you go into another layer of, home health is deeply personal.
Yeah.
We've said it before, you go into their private space, their home, something that's protected and it's sacred almost to them. And they let you in, and it's mutual respect on both sides of, hey, I'm here to help, or I'm here to guide a team to help. And they respond, and you're trying to be responsible with what they do too. So, with that, making decisions that guide our teams, take that very seriously, and it's very important. So, the decisions we come across and have to make ultimately, that impacts our staff, our clientele, our patients, and their families in real life, not just in a game or fantasy football or anything else like that. Like this is real life people. This is real life decisions, and the impact is real. And over time, the people that make that happen, it's more significant than we realize, right? So, forging ahead and really taking a look at our relationships with the people that we serve and that we serve with, it's impactful, and that keeps me plugged in.
I love that. Yeah, that mission. We've got a very noble mission. Like you said, we've seen the good and the bad. If hours don't get logged, offs don't get put in, people miss care, that's critical. That's their livelihood. And then at the same time, you see on the positive side, when we create Raving Fans, what that looks like, the feedback we get, and how rewarding, how good that feels to know that we're having this massive impact across Texas.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
That's a fun reason to keep getting out of bed and showing up every day.
It's an adventure.
Yeah. Despite the challenges, it's a lot of fun as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, we don't have a ton of time left, Jake. I'm going to kind of just spitball some questions your way.
Yeah.
We can go rapid fire here. But let's talk about this one, innovation versus chaos. So how do you balance innovation and change while still keeping teams supported and aligned?
Yeah. Well, innovation doesn't mean chaos. It doesn't demand chaos. Let's just start there, right? So, change and progress needs to be calculated as best we can. We have to layer on best practices and regulations and industry trends, almost, if you want to say it that way. But it's also important to know that from our position, anything that we put into place is got a high chance of failure if we don't understand the level of exhaustion that constant change can cause on our teams.
Yeah.
Right. So it's pacing more than anything. Right. So we know innovation has to happen. We don't want to have chaos because of a failed initiative. Right. So it's pace almost, and communication about why we're changing. It's not because, Jake thinks it's a good idea, but more importantly, it's either a response or being proactive to a change that's coming our way.
Yeah.
And making it happen at that, right? So, fatigue of change is a real thing. We try to monitor that and keep a grip on it. And it's important to understand from a leadership position. But we've got a really good team at all of our locations that understand that, hey, we're doing the best we can with the information that we have and the resources that are available to us, right?
Yeah.
So they're on board. They understand it. They're asking for clarity, and we're doing our best to make sure that they get that.
I love that. Yeah. Pacing, I think, is a huge thing to consider there. And we've talked about it, reframing that idea that innovation, change is not bad. Many people fear change, but we've talked about change is actually, most of the time, can be good. We're not just changing to change, but the irony, too, of that idea of innovation and chaos, if we don't innovate, we're potentially setting ourselves up for future chaos.
Oh, it'll happen.
Yeah.
It'll happen. Yeah.
So,
change is a collective term. And, we've heard it put very well many, many times. You don't necessarily resist change. You resist the uncertainty, the instability, the potential chaos behind it, and the confusion that goes with that. So we're doing our best to make sure that we're ahead of all of those items when change has to happen, and push forward at an appropriate pace.
Yeah. You and I both done triathlons, marathons. You know how important pacing is. You can quickly burn out if you just come out the gate sprinting. And so and you talked about, even with your daughter earlier, slowing down. So it's knowing when to speed up, when to slow down. So
that's
pacing,
right.
That's everything.
That is it.
Well, man, we could talk for hours here. We've covered a ton in a short amount of time. Would love to have you back on a future episode if you're willing.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. As we wrap, if you could leave Caprock listeners with one message for the rest of the year about growth, innovation, leadership, what would it be?
I think it might be best summed up as we can't underestimate the impact of small improvements over time.
Yeah.
That 1% better each day principle, right? So it's not going to be one big initiative. It's not going to be one policy rewrite. It's not going to be a new payment structure that takes us into the next decade or the decade after that. It's constant small micro improvements.
Yeah.
And that can be done by everybody under the Caprock umbrella, not just from the boardroom, but everybody at the local offices. If you can do 1% better than you did yesterday, we're all going to be just fine.
Yeah, I love that. And we always like to drop a resource. We talked last episode about Jocko Willink in the book Extreme Ownership. I think a good resource, if listeners resonate with what you just said, Jake, is Atomic Habits by James Clear. That idea of these small incremental 1% improvements, and that's all it takes.
It's Hall of Fame guidance.
Yeah.
Both books, both resources are available. It's important to stay curious, and some of these like high-end generational thinkers had put it into resources for us, right?
Yeah.
So, being curious and adaptable, and just chasing that 1%.
Yeah, I love that. All right, there you have it, folks. Jake, our Chief Strategy Officer, bringing the good word. So much wisdom in this episode. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Jake or myself. And again, we'd love to have you back sometime. We're grateful for your vision, your wisdom, your leadership, your analytical skills. It all matters. So really appreciate you. Love getting to work alongside you.
I'd love to do it again.
Okay, awesome. Well, and thank you, Caprock listeners, for tuning in. The work you do matters. as Jake said earlier, what gets him out of bed every day is our purpose. We have a very noble mission, taking care of people in this sacred space they call home. So thanks for doing what you do. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll wrap with our theme for the year. Why not us? Why not now? We'll see you next time.